True or false?
Children do get praised too much. For example, I mean, my kids, they get praised for, like, eating peas. And they eat some peas, and even they spit them out and go... Still go, oh, well done for trying the peas. 100 years ago, they'd been shoved up chimneys. And now they're going, well done, you've eaten some peas. Oh, you clever. And any piece of daubing scribble ends up on the fridge. Anything, just be shit. You just go, what is that? What are you drawing, an amoeba? What the f***? Oh, Christ. It's a tiger or a house. I mean, you don't know. and then it ends up on the fridge. In my day, it was either the Blue Peter Gallery or the bin. The thing is the labelling, isn't it? Because they say bag salad, mixed leaves, but actually that's not accurate, is it? It should be mixed leaves stroke compost. That's what it is. You're basically buying a bag of compost. Because sometimes, you know, it's gone off by the time you got it home. I go through red lights just to get the food home so I can eat it. Have a picnic in the car park.
I think there's a smell test where we all believe the best before date, just give it a sniff. If you're not sick in your mouth, it's fine.
It seems like a lot of waste, 2/3 of everything you eat, but I thought about it, it's true, because I've got an example of, like, if I'm eating a packet of 3 Scotch eggs, I'll eat one and throw the other 2 at cyclists.
Freddie Mercury there. What poll do you think he might have appeared on with Delia Smith and Darth Vader?
Is it people you'd be quite surprised to find out were your father?
He was gay, Freddie Mercury, but he was in the closet, wasn't he? He only came out the day before he died. And I just thought, really? Who knew?
People really didn't know. People used to say he can't be gay, he's got a moustache.
Yeah. The only people who didn't know probably were my nan and Brian May, I reckon. Brian May would just go, no, not Freddie, surely. But I mean, he tried to throw us off the scent with fat-bottomed girls, but...
Sean, is it a big night in your house? Do you do the bonfires?
Yeah, I like the bonfire thing. I mean, I had to take the RSPCA's advice quite seriously because they said you should check under your bonfire for sleeping hedgehogs. And I couldn't find any, but luckily I had some in the freezer. So. Yeah, got that sorted.
I think anyone who pays an entrance fee to a bonfire display doesn't understand what the sky is. Like, £2 in, I'm going to stand on that car over there and play with my £2 that I've just saved.
Taunt them with it.
Yeah, just...
OK, we met Barack Obama, OK, and he was like... Yeah.
You're joking.
Yeah, shook Barack Obama's hand. Yeah, like, if anyone wants to touch it, you can.
Just out of his, why did you meet him?
We met the biggest world leader in the world, OK, and he was like, so what is JEDWARD? And we told him that it's John and Ed and you put together and then mix JEDWARD.
But why, was he lost or something? How did this happen?
Yeah.
Barack Obama opened the wrong door and get lost. What's going on there? And he switched the light on, and you two are there. How did it happen?
You told him the JEDWARD story and he didn't go back to America and say, from now on I am Obama.
Do you think there's something seriously wrong with your body?
I think other people think there's something seriously wrong. I think women...
Particularly the front.
Yeah. It is. There's a sort of strange swelling at the front. I think I've got a big, round...
Erection! We would have got there, mate. Don't panic. Appreciate you being part of the team and all, and...
I don't think they're going to spot this knob gag. Better help these guys out. There's a knob gag and they haven't seen it. This is what I call an emergency.
We're ruling out the possibility that it's the first one he's ever had and he wants everyone to know about it.
Erection! Erection! Was one of the burgers.
Good.
Have you eaten horse?
Yeah, I've eaten horse, yeah. What? I've eaten horse.
Where did you eat horse?
Where do I eat horse? In a horse restaurant. A horse salad. I like it in a salad, just a big lump of horse on the top. I like salad niçoise where you have a piece of tuna. I just have salad, a big lump of horse on the top.
You said that the people who kind of made the horse burgers...
Yeah.
...said it was a mistake. It can't be a mistake. How do you unless they've mistaken a horse for a cow?
I think it's a bit more like, you know when you get dolphin in tuna?
Oh, we're back to tuna again.
Yeah, and you know when you catch your cows, you go out into the field with a big net to catch a load of cows. and you
sometimes you might get
occasionally, you'll get a couple of horses.
Yeah. So that's why if you buy a burger, you should always get a horse-friendly burger.
Yeah. So you throw the net over and you drag them all off to the squashing plant. They just squash them flat. The burgers. I'm in an Elton John video. It keeps it at home. I've only got one song on my iPod, which is Rock Around the Clock. And I have it on shuffle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it finishes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just for hours on end driving.
Days.
Drives my wife mental.
It answers a lot of questions, though. That's why she drives like that.
1, 2, 3. Over that again.
What's more risky, fishing or horse riding?
Well, horse riding is much more dangerous, isn't it?
You're going horses?
It's more dangerous because when you fall off horses, you can only fall in the riverbank, which is by rights near the edge, so not as deep as the middle, so you should be able to get out.
No one's ever tried fishing at sea, have they?
Oh, you didn't say that, did you? You didn't say that. Not all fishing. Of course, fishing's more dangerous if you're in a trawler. Now.
I said fishing or horse riding.
You said fishing like it's fishing. You didn't go fishing. Like commercial.
All right, let me do it again,
goods,
Sean.
Big Russian ships. I mean, of course fishing's worse than horse riding. You're living out in a trawler in the North Sea. Force 9, you've got no chance.
All right, what's more dangerous? Fishing or horse riding? What is more dangerous?
Yes, thank you. Let's start again. Well, I think it's horse riding.
How many fingers in one hand?
5.
How many fingers in 10 hands?
Oh,
40.
Yeah, no, what?
Ask him again. What was the question?
Yeah, well, it's not difficult. It's your top's not done up, so it's hard to... Get yourself, miss, do your top up, and then we can get on with the maths.
Ask me a question with 11 in it. I can tell you that Carol Vorderman's not in our top 3. If Carol Vorderman is so good with figures, why does she always insist on trying to squeeze hers into a dress that's clearly 2 sizes too small? And the award this evening for not laughing at a joke she clearly thought was funny goes to Rachel Riley.
I always one about Darth Vader, if you think about it. Like, he wears that all the time, doesn't he? So he never gets any sunlight. You'd think he'd have rickets. Big bandy-legged fella like that just going...
George Lucas is feeling pretty stupid right about now.
People who are white but actually have the voice of a short, fat black man.
Okay, next up, Josto.
Has Darth Vader got his own range of pasta sauces?
Is it famous asthmatics?
No. Meat nappy. When you buy meat and it's got like a nappy underneath it. You know, when you buy meat in the supermarket, it comes in like a plastic thing, and then underneath it they put this nappy there to soak up all the blood.
Yeah. For some reason, calling that a nappy has made it disgusting. I've never given that a moment's thought before in my life, but I'm now becoming vegetarian.
It's a nappy.
A nappy for the meat.
Yes, I've got those out, and I'm thinking, what do? Obviously, I stuck it right. Does it go in with paper, or do I cook it? I had that argument with the bin man. There was a bit of basil sticking out the top of the bin. He said, that's garden waste. I said, it's not, that's a garnish. Well, in our house, it's Mr. Jangles, which is one of the characters I play.
Who is Mr. Jangles, Sean?
Mr. Jangles comes up the stairs! You better be in bed! Before Mr. Jangles gets up there!
That's everybody's scared, Sean. That's just like it. I'm getting a bit panicky.
I'm afraid that's the end of the show because we have to go to bed now.
A friend of mine shagged a dinner lady. Guy in my school shagged one of the dinner ladies. He's about 16. And we said, Christopher, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, I've been shagging the dinner lady. He said, last week she took me on a narrowboat. She took him away on a narrowboat. And I was just shagging him on this narrowboat. And he said, and she takes some Polaroids, because we're talking in the olden days. Polaroids is the only way you'd get photos of that description printed. And there was a picture of her with her top off, right? And in foam, right, she'd written a big C for Chris in shaving foam over her tits.
That's my favourite story there's ever been. The dinner ladies on my school wouldn't have got onto a narrowboat because of physics. Sean, do you think we'd be better off without Scotland?
I think it's inevitable. If I was Scottish, I'd vote for independence. I would, immediately. Because you think
you can't vote immediately, it's not for another 10 months. So that would be a wasted vote.
Sorry. I mean, what I'd do, if I was Scottish, I'd turn it into a tax haven.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah. Instead of independence, they should have, like, a trial separation period.
See how it goes.
Well, couples do it, yeah.
And for a year, we don't go up there. And they don't come down here.
And do we view the Welsh as like our kids? We've both got equal rights?
We get the Welsh every other weekend.
Yeah. A person's essential journey isn't another's. For example, I consider it essential for me to drive around counting snowmen. Somebody's got to do that. You know, count the snowman, height. You know, I can't do the weight. That's tricky. Every time I see a snowman, I always think to myself, God, I must get round to building a snowman.
Why don't you stop driving around looking at them and use that time to build a snowman?
Or take one.
Get a van if there is one you really like with 2 coals for the eyes and carrot for the nose. Perfect.
Do they have a tradition of building snowmen in Germany? Is it
oh, we have got the finest snowmen in the world.
But I want to ask about German snowmen. Do they put the coal underneath the carrot? A friend of mine had a dog, and this is true, it's got a lisp, this dog. And when it barks, he goes like this, he goes, Rouse! And then it developed a stammer, and it goes, Rouse!
The dogs are a man's best friend, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, is it something to do with a poll of best friends who have at one time or another kitchen?